Alright, let's go. What? Is it seriously that time of the year already? Damn, 2021 has gone by so fast. And that's not a metaphorical thing either. I really am serious. For as long and as grueling of a year that 2020 was, by comparison to this year, 2021 was here and gone just like that. Well, since it's now the end of the year, I figured it's time that I do the review of the predictions that I made at the start of the season. So let's not waste too much time on this. Let's deep dive into the list of my predictions to see what was right and what was wrong. Let us begin.
So for your first prediction, you had 5 predictions in one, and it was the Daytona 500 Speed Weeks. You predicted the Daytona 500 pole would go to Bubba Wallace, but instead that went to Alex Bowman because Hendrick is definitely fast at qualifying when it comes to Daytona. They've had a car stand on the front row for the 500 every year since 2015. To put that into perspective, that was Jeff Gordon's final season. You predicted Chase Elliott to win the Clash. Well, he came really close, but here's what happened instead.
Elliott inside the chicane.
Whoa, hey.
And it's a drag race to the line. Kyle Busch is going to steal the Busch Clash.
Thanks to that, Kyle Busch ended up taking the glory in the Clash.
Go. No.
In trucks, you had Ryan Truex winning the season opener, but instead that was Louisville, Kentucky's Ben Rhodes.
Ryan Truex actually finished 4th in the Daytona race, so he wasn't that far off from the win. And can I also just say this right now? Corey Rober should have been the winner of that Daytona truck race. He was leading coming out of turn 4. He looked like he was gonna pull off the biggest upset win of the season, but then all of a sudden Ben Rhodes comes from like that far back and manages to get around him as the wreck is ensuing behind them, and he gets the win. And also Jordan Anderson got 2nd. But that's Daytona for you. It ain't over until you cross that line.
In Xfinity, you picked Jeb Burton to win, although he would go on to win at Talladega just a couple months later. Instead, that went to Austin Cindric, the defending champion.
Okay.
And for the Daytona 500, I don't remember, but I think you and I might have had Denny Hamlin winning this. And it seemed like it was going to happen for a little bit, but chaos ensured, and Michael McDowell ended up winning the Daytona 500 instead.
Daytona 500, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So for your second prediction, you said this was your more biased prediction, that Chris Buescher will get 4 top 5s, and one of those could be a win with the Geico 500 at Talladega. Going into Phoenix, Buescher had 1 top 5 and 8 top 10s, so he's almost on par with last season in 2020. Though, he did win a couple of stages, as, Homestead, he looked like he had the best car in the first stage, and then there were a couple other instances where he was able to sneak out a stage win as well. And it looks like he finished higher in the standings than he did in 2020. Keep an eye out for him next season, especially with the addition of Brad Keselowski being his teammate. I think suddenly the team could get a lot better around him. We'll wait and see. Another prediction you had for this was the Rick Ware number 17 in the Xfinity Series would get 3 top 10s. However, they were just too short, as the team's lone top 10 finish of the season came at Circuit of the Americas, with a 7th place finish from Cole Custer.
This might be hard to believe, but are you aware that nobody gives a shit?
Speaking of Rick Ware Racing and finding success, this year RWR actually entered the NASCAR Pinty Series in Canada.
Canada?
And they managed to get 2 wins in that series with the help of longtime series veteran Andrew Ranger. And so it's very clear that this team can compete and be moderately successful because they've shown that in various other motorsports like IMSA, IndyCar, and now this. So it's only a matter of time before their mainstay NASCAR operation shows that success as well.
Oh, of course not.
Your third prediction involved the Bristol Dirt Race, one of the most hyped up races of the 2021 season. You had Stuart Friesen winning the truck race, which seemed like a really good pick. Instead, the race was won by Martin Truex Jr.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Who would have expected that? I don't think he's ever even raced on dirt before this race. That's, wow, really impressive.
What?
So in Cup, you had either guys like Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, and even Ryan Newman as possible candidates to win. In a race that felt like kind of a fuster-cluck, Joey Logano ended up winning this race instead. Which, shockingly enough, this was his only win of the season.
In the middle of the dust cloud.
What's up, Bubba Wallace? Yeah,
Oh,
the
there it
Lions
is.
make comment. Kyle Busch did together.
I think he checked because what he saw in front of him tonight, like you were talking about.
Look out! First was the first.
Now that's a lot of damage!
So your fourth prediction involved the new teams. You talked about how teams would struggle, could pull off top 5s, maybe some top 10s, or if we wanted to stretch it, one of them could get a win. Well, I'm going to give you this one because Bubba Wallace did win the Fall Talladega race, and Daniel Suarez also put together some good results for Trackhouse as well. As a matter of fact, I'll go back to the Bristol Dirt Race. He looked like one of the best dirt racers out there that day. Very impressive.
Also, as an added bonus, I also want to bring up the fact that even Live Fast Motorsports managed to get something out of this year, as they managed to get a top 10 at Daytona in August with the big man himself, BJ McLeod.
23-0!
So for this next prediction, I'm going to throw it over to one of my new friends that I've become acquainted with this year, and that being Dave the Race Fan. Dave, take this one from here.
Alright, so for your fifth prediction, you anticipated that both Hooters and McDonald's would both see an end to their respective winless streaks this season. Well, you were partially correct this year. Unfortunately, though, not for Hooters. Yes, Chase Elliott did have Hooters on his car for several races this year, and he had a really cool throwback at Darlington, too. Unfortunately, for the 2 wins he got this season, neither one of them had Hooters on the car then. However, the one part of the prediction that you did get correct was with McDonald's breaking their winless streak, after Bubba Wallace got that long-awaited first NASCAR Cup Series victory at Talladega in October when the race was ended early due to rain. And as a Bubba Wallace fan, I gotta say, I'm really excited that this finally happened for him, and it's cool to see McDonald's finally get a win in the Cup Series again for the first time since 1994 with Jimmy Spencer.
Come on. Ain't you hungry? Ain't you hungry yet?
But in terms of sponsorship, I think another honorable mention that should be thrown out there should be none other than Valvoline with Kyle Larson in his first season with Hendrick Motorsports. At Nashville Superspeedway earlier in the year, Larson managed to snap an 18-and-a-half-year winless streak for the motor oil company dating back to 2002 at Rockingham, where Johnny Benson Jr., at the time driving for MB2 Motorsports, would get his first and only Cup Series win. And not only that, but Larson would also manage to get Valvoline a second win at Bristol later in the year during the playoffs, making it the first multi-win season for Valvoline since 1999 with Mark Martin during his stint with Roush Racing.
After thinking about the events of this year, the more I begin to realize that it's more likely that Hooters will end their winless drought as a sponsor next year, since 2022 marks 30 years since the championship season for the late Alan Kulwicki. And here's something that's also very bizarre about this whole thing, is that Chase Elliott has Hooters as his sponsor, and if he wins, he'd be the first driver to win with Hooters as a sponsor since Alan Kulwicki did so at Pocono in 1992, and Chase Elliott is the son of Bill Elliott, who was Kulwicki's championship rival in 1992. There's something very cathartic about the whole thing, and I just cannot believe that this is how it is.
I know. It's called a cruel irony.
No matter the topic, it always comes back to the 1992 Hooters 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh, you had to bring that up.
But hey, we still get those free fried pickles if Chase gets a top 10, so not all is bad. And I do love fried pickles. Yo, comment down below if any of y'all like fried pickles.
Disgusting!
Oh, that is disgusting.
エイコちゃんも吐くとこ見せられて食えるか。いいから食べてみなさい。うまい。
I got a double cheeseburger at McDonald's.
Prediction number 6, the Truck Series at Knoxville. There were a fair share of dirt ringers in which you predicted that there would be a first-time winner with there being a dirt ringer. There were guys like Parker Price Miller and Donnie Schatz, among others, in this race. However, this race was an absolute shit show, and the race was won by Austin Hill. Despite some drivers not being big fans of going to Knoxville, the Truck Series will return there in 2022.
Now, Bobby, I don't condone street racing, but that darn Fujiwara kid needs to be taught a lesson.
NASCAR overtime in Knoxville.
Oh, not this crap again.
Oh, I seriously doubt he's getting this kind of mileage.
You predicted first-time winners in the Cup Series for your 7th prediction. You predicted Max Benedetto.
私ばかり次第は。
Tyler Reddick, although he came close a few times. Christopher Bell, who won the Daytona Road Course race. And you said Chase Briscoe would win 2 races.
The hell was I thinking?
Even though Briscoe did pick up Rookie of the Year, unfortunately he didn't live up to those expectations. But then again, I think Stewart-Haas Racing as a whole just struggled across the board this year. I mean, even Kevin Harvick, which he still did well, and he showed really good runs in the playoffs, but still, he didn't win, and he got his first win of the season since 2009, which I can't help but be concerned about Stewart-Haas Racing. Who knows, maybe in a couple years or with the next-gen car, things could get better. But right now, it's amazing how the team's struggling.
Huh? What? I didn't do anything. Somebody's throwing stuff.
Other potential first-time winners, you had Ross Chastain, who got a second-place finish at Nashville. Bubba Wallace, as I mentioned earlier, he won. Daniel Suarez, although he put together some good results. And you even had Michael McDowell. Interesting if you picked him. He is a good road racer, and with there being more road court, oh my god, he won the Daytona 500. Prediction number 8, first-time Xfinity winners. You had the following: Ryan Sieg. Unfortunately, you did not come close.
Oh no! Oh no. No, no. No, no. Oh!
Skip it up and that up.
Daniel Hemrick. At long last, Daniel Hendrick has not only won a race, but he's won a championship. I think that's the best way to get your first win. Don't you think? You also had Jeb Burton, who won at Talladega, and Myart Slider won at Homestead as well. Other drivers you had that did not get their first wins were Greg Gaulding, Austin Hill, Timmy Hill, Brett Moffitt, and Alex LeBay. Other things to note, however, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, and Brandon Brown all got their first career wins in 2021 as well. And I swear to God, if I hear "Let's go Brandon" one more goddamn time...
Either way, I brought the disease with me, so you're kind of fucked.
Thank you to all of our partners.
Bruh.
Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go,
You
Brandon.
people
Brandon,
are
you
idiots.
Do you just wake up in the morning and think, holy shit, I'm gonna be a tumor today? So much cancer!
Oh my God, it was,
Shut up!
each line didn't,
Stop it!
Oh, brother.
What do we have here? Oh, look at that. A cease and desist from Disney. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Hello everyone, WeebRacer here, and I want to talk about my boy, the man, the myth, the legend, and my favorite driver that I've been following in the Carlson Super Late Model Tour, Ty Gibbs. Yeah, I did not expect Ty Gibbs to get 4 wins this season. I expected him maybe to just get 1, but he absolutely proved me wrong. Getting 4 wins in the process and 18 starts, finishing with 9 top 5s and 10 top 10 finishes. And of course, 5 of those top 5s were 4 of them were wins. But he did an absolute great job this season. And hopefully next season there's more to come from him to show his true potential on a full-time schedule. Of course, he had some hiccups like at Darlington, Michigan, and at the Indy Road Course. But I kind of feel like what really underlies with him is with the road courses. Which Ty Gibbs, he beat guys like AJ Holman and Brett Watkins won. He beat guys like Austin Hendrick at the Daytona Road Course, and he did a pretty damn well job. He did a pretty damn good job. And not to mention, he's also the youngest winner in Charlotte Motor Speedway history, winning at 18 years old. He also did win at Kansas, also making him the youngest winner there. So Ty Gibbs has also broken some records this season, which I'm happy to see. Hopefully next season there will be more records to break for him.
Okay, prediction number 9, first-time truck winners. You had Derek Kraus, who did not get his first win. Chandler Smith, he won at Bristol and the season finale at Phoenix. Tanner Gray, yikes. Ryan Truex, unfortunately that didn't come true. Brett Holmes, and Hailie Deegan. I do feel like though some of these drivers could be held back by the fact that there is no practice in qualifying, especially for Hailie Deegan. We'll see how she does next year when all that returns. Prediction number 10. 2 drivers that will shine in the Xfinity Series in 2021. You named Harrison Burton and Noah Gragson. Shockingly enough, Harrison Burton did not win in 2021, and I thought he would win a lot. But he still had an okay season, still did decent, but for him not to win a race is kind of a letdown. He will head up to the Cup Series replacing Matt DiBenedetto in 2022. As for Noah Gragson, it was almost the same deal for him, except he broke out when he needed to. He won a few races that got him ultimately to the Championship 4. And the other guy you mentioned was Austin Hendrick. Spindrick definitely had a good season and will have some big shoes to fill next season in the number 2 for Team Penske. Prediction number 11. Your Truck Series Championship 4, Sheldon Creed, Zane Smith, Austin Hill, and John Hunter Nemechek. You got 2 out of 4 on this one, as ultimately Ben Rhodes ended up taking the championship.
You've got to be kidding me. What a joke! Get the together! What the
For your 12th prediction, you also had for the Xfinity Championship 4, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric, and Harrison Burton. Once again, you scored 2 out of 4 with Gragson and Cindric. Prediction number 13. For your Cup Championship 4, you had Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin. You were right on the dot with this one. You were 3 out of 4, but it was shocking that Kevin Harvick didn't win at all this season.
God damn it!
Darny darn!
Speaking of Kyle Larson, your 14 prediction was involving him. You predicted at least 4 wins in the championship 4. Hey, you did way better than me on this prediction.
Look how deep I am.
I don't know what the heck I was on when I said he was going to struggle at first and pick up a win. I was an idiot, I won't lie, and I'm glad I was proven wrong. Not only did he win 4 races, he won 10 of them, and the championship itself. Trust me, he's going to win many more before he's set and done.
Holy fucking shit, I'm gonna throw up, hold on.
Also, in regards to the whole sponsorship thing for Larson, as it turns out, him having HendrickCars.com on the 5 car throughout the majority of the season actually helped boost exposure for that website. So Rick Hendrick just decided to put HendrickCars.com on the 5 car as a full-time sponsor of Larson for the next 2 years, with Valvoline also being on board to sponsor him for additional races, primarily being the exhibition races.
To infinity and be.
Predictions are hard to do. They always are, but they're still fun because you can either look back and go, hey, I called that, or you can look back on it and go, wow, I was an idiot. More so the latter from me.
And with that, that's a wrap for the 2021 NASCAR season. And I will admit, there were certainly a lot of twists and turns throughout this rapid-fire season that I had no idea was going to happen the way that it did. But anyways, I want to give a special shout out to my 3 friends, Sonic Rules 831, Dave the Race Fan, and WeebRacer for being a part of the collaboration for this year's prediction results video. I thought that this is a really good growing experience for them, and I hope that going forward into the future, I can do more stuff with these guys. And anyways, this is MF17, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in 2022.